Здравствуйте, привет, and hello. Welcome to another video about learning the Russian language. In the last video, we learned about the verb to give and the dative case. In this video, we're going to learn all about numbers, how to count in Russian. Okay, so let's jump right in. Alright, so there's really no way to do this other than to just list out the numbers and for you to memorize them. So let's do the first 10. Один. Repeat after me. Один. Два. Три. Четыре. Пять. Шесть. Семь. Восемь. Девять. 10. Okay, so if this is your first time learning the numbers in Russian, you should probably stop right here and make sure you know the first 10, right? And if you're really struggling to memorize them, start with the first 5, okay? Memorize 1 through 5, then 6 through 10. Breaking it down into chunks is going to be very helpful. But if you've already memorized 1 through 10, let's keep going up to 20. 11. 11. That is 11. 12. That is 12. So that nadsat is going to be the ending for all the teen numbers, and then the beginning is just, 1, 2, right? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and finally 20. Okay, so hopefully you get the pattern. 11 through 19 aren't as scary as they look, just they all end in nadzit. And then before that, it really follows the pattern of 1 through 9. Okay, and then so memorize this. If you know this, that's already awesome. But of course, if you want to be able to tell somebody's age and they're older than 20, then you need to learn all of the other numbers. But the good thing is that they follow a pattern. So 21 is 21. And then obviously 22, 22, 23, and so on, right? Until you get to 30, and that is 30. So notice again the pattern: 20, 20, 30, 30. Unfortunately, it doesn't always continue. 40 is 40. So, yeah, just broke the pattern. 50 is 50. Think about it as 5 tens, right? 10 is 10 and 5 is 5. So 50, 50. 60, 60. So here it is following a pattern of some kind. 70, 70. 80, 80. And then 90 broke the pattern. 90. 90. And then 100 is 100. So you can comfortably stop right here. There are not many people that are older than 100, and, you know, not that many cases where you really need to know more numbers. But, of course, for completeness, I'll do it up to 1,000, and just going by hundreds. So 100 is 100, 200, 200, 300, 300, 400, 400, 500, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and then finally 1,000, 1000. Okay, so very good job for making it this far. I know I threw a ton out at you all at once, but, you know, if you break it down into pieces, you know, just do 1 through 10 first, then 11 through 20, and then on, it'll be much easier. Okay? So let's actually apply this knowledge, starting with years. Telling how many years old somebody is. So the thing is, there is a pattern. It's not that completely straightforward though, and that is because of the word year. So один год is 1 year. But then afterwards we're going to use the genitive case on the word year. 2 года, 2 years. 3 года. 4 года, 4 years. And then Russian does this weird thing where we're going to use a different word from now on, starting with 5 лет. That is 5 years. So with 1 it's год, and 2 through 4 it's года, and then after that it's лет. 6 лет. And on and on and on it will go until 20 лет, 20 years. And then we're going to start the pattern again, right? Because 21 is going to start over from 1. 21 год. Just like with 1 year, 21 years, we're going to use год. 22 года. 23 года. 24 года, and then again when we hit 5 we switch, 25 лет, and so on and so forth. It'll same pattern for 30s, 40s, 50s, etc. Okay, so I know this is a lot to keep track of, but that is going to be the pattern for counting pretty much all objects, and you will see what I mean when we get there. But for now, this is how you count years. So asking about age, how do we do it? Well, first there's the word сколько, which means how much or how many. Сколько. Сколько тебе лет? How old are you? Notice we use тебе, we're using the dative case. We're going to use dative pronouns. So for formal, сколько вам лет? For asking about her, сколько ей лет? Him, сколько ему лет? Right, so we're using those dative pronouns. And then answering, also using the dative pronouns. Мне 34 года. I'm 34 years old. So for I, we use the dative pronoun мне. And then since the number ends in 4, we're using года. 34 года. Okay? Ему 12 лет. He's 12 years old. So for all the teens, we use лет. Вам 51 год. You're 51 years old. So because the number, it's a 1 at the end, it will be год. Ей 20 лет. She's 20 years old. Нам 100 лет. We're 100 years old. So hopefully that's not too confusing once you figure out what the pattern is with the numbers and the word year. Now we're going to see the rules for counting all other kinds of objects, and there are general rules. So we'll see why it's that case for year. So if the last digit is 1, we're going to use nominative singular case. Один кот. 1 cat. Okay. The only exception is with 11, and we'll see that later. If the last digit is 2, 3, or 4, we're going to use the genitive singular case. Два кота. 2 cats. So we turn кот into кота, genitive singular. But if the last digit is 0 or 5 through 9, we use genitive plural. So 20 котов, 20 cats. We turned it into genitive plural, котов, with that "of" ending. Okay, and the only exception was with the teens. 11 through 14 is still going to be genitive plural. So 11 котов. Okay, so hopefully that's not too terribly confusing. You will get used to it with practice. It's going to become, you won't even think about it. You'll just do it automatically. There is one other set of rules for counting objects, and this one only applies to the numbers 1 and 2. And that is the gender of the object. So if it's male, один, два, right? Один кот, два кота. But if it's female, it's going to be одна and две. And if it's neutral, одно and два. So 2 is the same if it's male or neutral. So some examples. Один банан. Одна курица. Одно яблоко. Okay, so the number 1 and 2, they change depending on the gender of the object. And let's do some practice. So translate these sentences. He has 3 sisters. У него есть 3 сестры. Okay, so since it is the number 3, we're using the genitive singular case. У них 5 друзей. Since it's 5, we're using the genitive plural. Anna has 2 aunts. У Анны 2 тети. Okay, so since it's 2, we're using the genitive singular. And since aunts are female, we turn два into две. And then у Саши 2 дяди. Sasha has 2 uncles. Okay, so again, dva, it's male, and uncles is in the genitive singular case. Okay, a little more practice. There are 3 cats in the house. В доме 3 кота. In the house, there are 3 cats. We have 1 apple. У нас одно яблоко. Since apple is neutral, we use одно. They have 2 cars. У них 2 машины. Because car is female, we use 2. And finally, I'm 23 years old. Мне 23 года. Okay? That's it for numbers. So give yourself a huge pat on the back for making it this far. This is not that easy of a topic, but it does get easier with practice. So as always, remember to subscribe. I post new videos every week, and the next video is going to be a review of all of the topics we've learned so far since the last review. So I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to like, leave comments, ask questions, or just say hi, whatever you want, and I'll see you back next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye!